Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David.
I'm Sven.
And tonight, well, you can see we're more relaxed. That's because we're about to watch Star Trek Discovery. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so we're approaching this from a couple of different angles. The first one is the fact that I have avoided all knowledge of Star Trek Discovery to the best of my abilities. A couple of uniforms and some tech knowledge has seeped in, but other than that, I've pretty much stuck my fingers in my ears and gone la 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 la, which has been an interesting challenge because Sven, tell people what you've been doing.
I've been a moderator on the unofficial Star Trek Discovery fan page, well, fan group on Facebook. So avoiding stuff has been tricky.
Tricky, really?
I'd
really?
say
When you keep saying, David, have you heard? Shh, shut up!
Impossible.
Yeah.
Even to the point where I saw the opening sequence for the show and I was just
la 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 la. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
We have an agreement.
Yeah,
right, okay, so we are now going to watch it and then we'll tell you our thoughts. We're also going to do a whole reaction video thing that'll be done as a separate video to this.
We're basically making two videos out of one just to, you know,
fill our feed.
Fill our
yeah,
feed.
Fill
So
feed.
enjoy
Yeah,
that.
it's all good.
Just make sure you watch both.
Okay, so
I know some people don't want to see reactions. Some people just want to see what we think of it. Some people might want to see both. So it made sense to do it as two separate videos. It's simple as that.
Well, my reactions are going to be like this. It's going to be a really interesting video. Okay, so we're back after watching the first two episodes of Star Trek Discovery.
Which is one episode.
Which is, well, yeah.
Because if that had been any of the other series
say
before,
the pilot.
that would have been the opening.
Well, we would say the pilot, but it's not. It's the prologue. So
yeah, which explains why at one point they were saying they got two pilots. They actually mean is that the first two episodes is the first pilot, and then you've got another pilot when we actually see the USS Discovery. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, none of it's a pilot because they got greenlit for 13 episodes, so it's a season.
15.
Oh, was it 15? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well,
two
a pilot is always an episode as a treater to get people to invest. Yeah. People already invested, so no pilot.
Well, Netflix paid for it.
Well, yeah.
What I think's happened actually is that Netflix ordered 13 episodes of Star Trek Discovery, and they did these two episodes, which is in fact one episode, which would have been a 2-hour TV movie in the old days, is the extra bit.
However, it's all good.
Yeah.
I don't care. So let's get to the bits that are actually important. So, what did you think?
It has the heart of real Star Trek wrapped in JJ clothes.
There's a lot of JJ clothing.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew!
Yes, but to be fair, how often did you see the Enterprise in original series have a continual beam? You didn't.
No. It's that sound effect gets on my nerves.
Well,
and that's the one thing, you were oohing and ahhing.
About.
You were oohing and ahhing so many different scenes in there because the sound effect.
The soundscape is bang on.
Very good.
Except for the phase cannons. Because they're not phasers, they're phase cannons still at that point. But they're obviously more advanced phase cannons than the ones in Enterprise because they didn't sound the same. But they're not phasers yet.
They looked better as well.
Yeah. But the photon torpedoes landed right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I think there was only 2 photon torpedoes fired, but I heard that sound effects and those were photon torpedoes.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, the door, I just like the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from the fact that we like the sound effects.
The sound effects, whatever they are, whether they're lasers or phasers, or
the weapons.
Pulse phasers, whatever we pulse phase hand weapons.
We both agree we like those.
Before we get to the phasers in the original series, because of course in the cage when you had the 3 nozzles on the bigger barrel, it was a laser, wasn't it?
You had to physically twist it together, yeah.
And I think.
But I liked that. Because it was quite obvious when she changed the weapon from stun to kill that she'd done it from a flip switch somewhere. She'd pushed a button to do it. Well, I would have quite liked it if she'd have had to mechanically. That would have been nice for me. I liked the insignia badges, but I hate the ranking system on there.
It's not. It's too
You
small.
couldn't see it. It didn't work.
But is that because it's been designed for 4K? Because on a 4K screen you would be able to see it.
Not well enough. If you, yeah, I just don't think.
Bearing
it works.
in mind that we're talking about 55-inch screens up.
Yeah, I know,
relatively,
but
is
that
what they're
puts
aiming
it
at.
beyond the size of real life. Where if, like, I'm looking at you and like you've got little divots on your badge right there. That's no good if I'm standing over there knowing what rank you are, is it? So that's my problem with it. Isn't the definition of it. My problem is the fact that from any distance you can't see the rank of the person you're talking to. Shouting at. If you're stood right next to them, you're going to see their rank. If you're over the other side of the room and you don't know who they are, you're kind of screwed. I just said I didn't like it.
I don't agree with you because you should be able to see it at that distance.
So there's two men wearing glasses.
Bearing in mind due to damage, not to genetics.
Right, anyway, so I didn't like that. I don't like the uniform, to be honest with you. The collars, not symmetrical, serve no purpose.
Yeah, as the seasons go on, you'll see that change.
Oh, that's something you already know. Okay,
Yeah.
alright. From the get-go, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Don't blame
At least they got rid of the Apple Store look for the bridge, although really heavy on the.
Bearing in mind we haven't seen the Discovery yet.
True, I'm just going with the tech we've seen so far.
The Shenzhou.
Still very heavy with the whole let's do clear HUD displays and so on, which I've got no issue with.
Mate, if our fighter jets have them now,
No, yeah.
they've got to be on board
So-
a Starship in 22.
Yeah.
16,
Love
22,
the way they did the force fields with the lines rather than the fuzzy little dots that we've kind of got to know and love over time.
I'm wondering if they designed those with Tholian technology.
I thought actually, I thought it was really interesting when the ship had taken heavy damage, and you could see sections of the hull removed, where they showed the emergency.
Yeah.
That was because the only one that's ever done that remotely close was Voyager, and even then didn't show it at anywhere near that level of detail. So that was
Then again,
really nicely done.
the production team's technology has moved on a bit since then, so that's probably why.
Yeah, yeah.
So they can do it.
So plot point of view, I thought it was solid. Set up the characters well. I had no issue with anything other than there was a lot of alien species with implants that we've never seen before. But
yeah, but you can say
they
that
need
about
to
any of the
do
shows.
that. Well, yeah, they need
To be
to
fair.
hold that on.
I mean, it's like, where did the Cardassians suddenly come from? Etc. 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 The Bolians. Where did they come from? In Next Gen.
Yeah, but they didn't start with here's 5 different aliens you've never seen on the bridge, but we're only going to talk to them.
No, they started by putting a Klingon on the bridge.
Yeah,
which
but we
made
knew what the
everybody
Klingon
throw
was.
the toys out.
Klingon and an android, and we knew fairly quickly what they were.
And a Betazoid.
Human looking, couldn't be told from a distance. So, but yeah, as I said, I was quite chuffed. I'm glad I've had my fingers in my ears going la 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 every time somebody's tried to tell me anything.
I can understand that.
Right, Klingons. Let's talk about Klingons
Yeah.
because it's quite obvious that
There were
this
several
series is
different
going
designs
to
in
be
head,
very Klingon orientated for a
yeah.
little while.
or all the way through, because it's one story.
A little while, yes.
So the story, it's already projecting to me from that little bit of storyline that if Tecumseh is dead, which is what it suggests, then the houses unite in his name. The Klingon High Council basically reforms in time. And the Klingons we see in the original series are those that are obviously still infected with the augment virus. And it's the augment virus that's kicked off this whole let's retain our Klingonality. Let's remain Klingon because they're being infected with this augment virus that's semi-turning them human.
See, I wasn't going with that. I
think
picked
that's
up on
where
the
they're
same.
going.
I picked up on that, but that's not where I went with it. See, I think me and you took the same dialogue in different directions. You've taken it in that direction. where I took on it from the whole words of "we come in peace," and I've gone with pollution of the Klingon Empire by alien species diluting their culture. And
yes, diluting their culture, but also diluting their genetics.
okay, nice Enterprise reference, but I don't think that's where they're going with it. I think they are going with a far more xenomorph concept of the Klingon Empire.
If Cole is in fact the head of House of Core, and we see Core,
which would seem to be the way they're going.
Core can't have ridges, can he?
We need to see which version of Core they show.
Yeah.
Because I have a sneaky feeling we're not going to see smooth heads.
I'm thinking that what we're seeing here is obviously they're warring with each other. The honour code has been lost over time, which was hinted at in these episodes, and this series and this storyline in season 1 of this series is basically setting up what we kind of see in Star Trek New Voyages episode with the Klingons, where you see smooth head Klingons and ridge Klingons, and the different types of vessel, when the house of and basically the Klingon high command is basically reconstituting and actually, you know, becoming what it should be.
I really dislike the Klingon ships. Did not like those. Did not like the redesigns at all.
Well, I mean, this is the thing is that doesn't mean that aren't, because that's the thing is none of them were military ships.
No, well, we don't know if they were. We're assuming that
they were the
not.
house flagships.
Yes, but would your house flagship for a Klingon not be a warship?
Why would it be a Klingon Defence Force ship?
I just think it would.
But why would it if it's a house ship?
I just think it would.
I think that's where they're going with this. I think it's going to be basically your Klingon Defence Force ships will be recognisable, but the house ships are the ones we've not seen.
I'd be interested to see which way they go with
because if they do what's been hinted at in some of the interviews, it'll basically, as the seasons go on, look closer
and closer to what they're...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they've got the audience who won't be put off by it looking like a 60s show by the end of it.
Yeah.
Because if they do it
slowly catch monkey, yeah. Okay.
I've got a feeling that's what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, even by the end of it, it's not going to look like TOS.
No,
it's going to look
but
more like
TOS. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, the uniforms in Where No Man Has Gone Before were the uniforms from the cage. And not even they weren't even refitted correctly on some of the actors. It looked awful.
Yeah.
And obviously, once they got to, wasn't until they started filming the series proper, with Charlie X and Mantrap, etc., etc., that they used the uniforms that we know of as the TOS uniforms. Now,
yeah, but you got to bear in mind, I'm old school. I still love those uniforms. They were amazing.
Yeah,
actually, I'm really disappointed in Anavos because when they did retro uniforms, I expected them to be Where No Man Has Gone Before, and they weren't. They were the animated series, and I was like, no, that's not. I got all excited when they announced we're doing retro uniforms because I honestly thought they were going to be Where No Man Has Gone Before. I was looking forward to it,
and then
they did, yeah, they did really bad. It's like no, so yeah.
One thing that did pull my attention recently is people have been doing some work with Photoshop and stuff on a couple of images from the original series that made me go, oh yeah. There was he a Commodore or an ambassador who was running around in one of the episodes of TOS who had a blue uniform?
Yes.
That looked not a million miles away from these. And then the hero of Axanar, rather intriguingly. And again, his uniform was blue that he wore underneath his coat. So you suddenly thought, hold on, have they literally gone to those 2 episodes and pulled up the little fibres and gone, let's make the uniforms based on that?
No, I think that's a stretch. I just think they went with...
Because the thing is at the time of in TOS, was there any suggestion that things aboard the Constitution class starships were significantly different to the other ships in the fleet?
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering if that's where they're going to go with this.
No, but again, with the original series, which we all know, I'm a big fan of.
No, you shock me.
Yes, it was recorded and done disposably. It was not meant to be analysed. 51 years later.
You got the whole issue over the patches as well, haven't we?
Yeah, it's
where
just,
it was like that wasn't supposed to happen. There weren't supposed to be different patches for different ships originally.
I love that. I loved.
Oh God, so do I.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's something that should be resurrected with any future series that's set after Nemesis.
Shh. Let's not give CBS ideas how to make more money. Right. Okay. So aside from this, did you actually enjoy it?
Yes, but
You're putting a butt on that?
I'm putting a butt on it because I'm.
Is it a big butt or a little butt?
It's a little butt.
Can it lie?
It's a tiny little butt. It's frustrating that I've now got to wait a week to see the actual series start. Because we haven't seen the series yet. We haven't seen the start of the series.
You continues to binge watch it. I love it. I love it. I'm actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you.
The last time I watched a TV show that was by episode was TOS.
I see. One of the
Because
things
let's face it, when we first watched TNG over here, it wasn't on telly, was it? It was on video. We rented it from video shops.
Oh, you might have done. Oh, you're on about no.
Because Next Gen originally came out over here as rental videos, didn't it?
Officially, yes.
Yeah.
I had an American VHS player and a friend used to ship them me over. So, yeah, I had them UPS the next day. I had way too much money in my teens to waste.
Clearly.
Anyway, yeah, but I was providing conventions for the video rooms, so...
Yeah, I mean the worst part is that I saw the Enterprise D model kit from AMT, I think 2 years before I saw any episodes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well.
And I wondered what the hell was that when I was sitting there next to the Enterprise A.
Let's drag this back to Discovery. So.
I haven't seen it yet.
The new Star Trek show.
Yeah.
I felt has led off on a good solid footing.
It's definitely Trek at its heart.
It's definitely seemed to have the feel.
I mean, this is the other thing as well, is that everybody's been basically saying, you've got to expect it to look like it was made in 2017. Yes, I'd quite like to look at it as it should be made in 2017. That looked like it had been made in 2009 or 2013.
Oh, no, I've got no problem with the look of that.
Really?
No, I have no issue with that at all. None whatsoever. There's none of the reboot that's screaming at me. Because you had the mispleasure of sitting next to me when I watched the reboot.
Yeah.
Did I mutter
you
and swear?
You had mispleasure of me coming out of into darkness.
Yeah, but did I mutter and swear at any point whilst we were watching that? No.
There's a couple of things you picked out. That's
the timeline. Because they said, we haven't seen the Klingon in 100 years. That was one of the things me and you had a little debate about. Was they said we haven't seen the Klingons in 100 years, and it's like, yeah, but her parents were killed by the Klingons, and we saw video footage of the outpost being attacked by Klingons. So obviously we have seen the Klingons within 100 years, and you were like, well, no, actually, if it's a spaceship, then you've not really seen them, have you? And I'm like, yeah, you fucking have. I count that. I'm good with that.
At which point, what did I say? Romulans?
Romulans, yeah, but no.
Never seen a Romulan until TOS.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but yes.
But no.
But
yes.
Yes,
but no. Yes, but no.
But yes.
Yes, wording back then. Okay, so aside from that, I'm really happy to say that I enjoyed that. I'm very glad I stuck my fingers in my ears and went la 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 la.
Yeah.
I now have the unfortunate task of reading your news group and catching up with everybody, and I have no doubt that people are having a hissy fit galore after actually seeing
galore classes in that.
after seeing what they've been eagerly anticipating for. Oh God, it feels like I'm going to say 12 years, but since it's been announced. So, because that's the thing, people have been coming up to me and saying all sorts of things, and I've just been going la la la, walking off. So yeah, now I get to go and say to those people, were you right in all your wild speculation? At which point they go, we don't know, we haven't seen it yet.
I'm far more interested in the next episode than I will be in those two, I'm guessing.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, because I want to see what Captain Lorca's about.
Who?
You'll find out.
Well, that about wraps it up for us. Thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Bye.
Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David.
I'm Sven.
And, well, we're obviously a bit more chill today. The reason being, we are about to watch Star Trek Discovery.
And I'm not wearing a jumper.
Really, you're going to do a whole play on the words chill? Seriously? This, within the first 5 seconds of the episode, in the opening sequence.
If at some point you notice I put on a jacket, it's because I've become too chilled.
And if at some point you see a bloody mess just dripping down the sofa, it's because I've killed him. Finally killed him. Okay, we're going to leave
Even
that
the
bit
dog's
in.
laughing.
Are we going to leave that bit in, or yeah?
I've completely forgotten where I was going to go before you said what you just said. Bollocks. Bollocks on toast. No, right.
Okay, well, that about wraps it up for our opinions. Thank you very much for... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Right, well, that about wraps it up for our ramblings, but we'd like to read some of yours, so please feel free to leave them in the... Oh, fuck's sake.